which you need and you are not able to purchase because the cost of the machine is very high. The machines are, say you have machines worth 5 crores, but you want a particular machine which single machine, all machines are together, maybe 20 machines are together 5 crores, but you want a single machine which is costing you 3 to 4 crores or 5 crores. You may get a monetary benefit, but again you feel that I may not be utilizing the machine properly. I may not, if the machine is too over capacity, smaller capacity is not available, or I may not be able to utilize the machine effectively. My 5 crores or 4 crores investment will be idle. I might be utilizing only 20% or 10%. Now you have that issue. Similar issue is with him. He also wants the same machine. She also wants the same machine. Why can't we identify 20 such people or 30 such people who needs that machine and procure together? You people come together and purchase that machine. You utilize 10%, he utilizes 5%, 10%. And now, cost of machine has come down to say 5% or 7% and 10% for each person. When I am not talking about the grant. Now, what happens under this scheme, Government of India is supporting, encouraging people to come and set up this common facility center so that your MSME is technically advanced. You get the financial support, your cost of or capital cost is reduced, and Government of India is giving a grant of up to 85% plus 15% grant from the state government, and it is only 5% of the total cost that we will be investing. So this is charm of MSc CDPC. So who are the implementing partners in this? Ministry of MSME is there. MSME DFO will be there. The state government will be involved through, like in Telangana we have TGIAC who is the implementing partner for this. Then you will have to form a special purpose vehicles or SPV, what we call. It will be a Section 8 company. Section 8 company under Indian Companies Act 2013 is a not-for-profit company. So once you have this, you will not be able to make profit or share profit out of it. This is a not-for-profit company. Why not-for-profit? Because the activity what you are going to do, as I told you, you need a machine which you are not able to procure individually, citing that the utilization might be less. Now you have purchase it with a common effort, but you are utilizing the machine, but you are not taking only utilizing one machine, you are not making any finished goods out of it. So you are taking a service from this SPV. SPV is providing you a service at a price, market competitive or a price which is lesser than the market price. So you are not intended to make any profit, but to run this common facility in a sustainable way. That's the intention, and that's the reason why it has been emphasized that it should be a not-for-profit company. This is the funding structure. So more than you get a total project cost can be 30 crores. The grant from Government of India will be 24. Limitations on what component it is allowed, we'll talk in the next slide. This is how the grant is calculated. For more than 50% of the enterprise owned by micro, women, LWE affected area and Northeastern India, for a 5 to 10 crores project, mind you, below 5 crores it is not allowed. It should be minimum 5 crores. 5 to 10 crores, Government of India grant will be 80%. State government through TGIAC in Telangana would be giving 15%, and you have to contribute only 5%. So 10 crore project, 50 lakhs is yours, 1.5 crores is from Government of India, and Government of state government, and 8 crores is from Government of India. Similarly, for LWE, something now I told you, number one is where number of enterprises are more than 50%. Say we will be coming in the second category, where 70%, 20% and 10% will be the grant structure. Mind you, here it is only micro and small, medium is not allowed. Medium can be an anchor unit here, but they can come and use it, but they cannot be a member of the SPV. Then comes the third category. If your project cost goes beyond 10 crores, first was 5 to 10 crores, second category or second block is 10 to 30 crores. The grant would be 70% from Government of India, 15% from state government and 15% from SPV. In case it is beyond 10 crores. Now if we are less than 50% are micro enterprises, the grant structure would be 60-20-20. So most of the cases that we have done, it is only the micro enterprises that comes forward, they need that support under the scheme. So you can maximize your grant and structure the SPV such that you can maximize the grant where you get 95% grant both from state government and Government of India together. It is only 5% that you will be contributing. Within a 10 crores facility, 10 crores you can set up an excellent facility for an MSME. So that's one. Now, what is funded and what is not funded?
How many people have to be involved?
See, as per the guideline, for a 10 crores project, the minimum member in SPV should be 10, but we suggest you to go up to minimum of 15.
And for 5 crores?
For a, I'm talking about 5 only, 5 to 10 crores. Up to 10 crores, it is 15 members. What I am suggesting, guidelines is 10. For 10 to 30 crores, it is 20 size guidelines suggest. I am suggesting you go for 25. Why I am suggesting you? Because I worked with the ministry, how the query comes in or the request comes in. That's the reason. Better to be prepared with 5 additional members.
There are more than 25.
Oh, no issues. Ministry would be very, very happy with that. I am sure Shivam sir would suggest that.
Can you please show the previous slide once?
Sure.
So this cluster formation is allowed for any kind of industry?
It should be, if as long as it is in organized sector, it is allowed. Food processing, engineering, farm, allowed.
What about service sector?
Yes, but you have to come up with a particular example because as on date, service is not restricted in guideline, but you have to tell me what kind of project, then only I will able to suggest you whether it will be acceptable or not. Tourism is allowed. I will give you tourism services allowed under this guideline.
Food processing training center?
Yes, training center is allowed. Yes.
Suppose I am into fire safety services, security systems and all.
So what kind of common facility you want to set up?
Like building management systems and what do you call fire safety, security systems, access control systems.
Particularly in your building or where do you want to set up?
Security can be anywhere. Business can be anywhere.
No. Say you provide the service you will be providing in a particular hotel. That's not a common facility, right? It's a facility or that system would be used by that particular hotel. It won't be accessible to MSMEs who are providing your kind of service. It's a common facility center. As he said, for food sector, somebody is in food sector, else is in food sector, they need a common training facility. That is allowed. Or you need a common aseptic packaging. You know, if you are into food sector, you know how much an aseptic packaging costs. So you can plan that. A 10 crore facility, a line might be costing you 10 crores. So together maybe 10, 15 or 20 MSMEs can come together and put an aseptic line.
Maybe lab or training center.
A laboratory. You don't utilize the laboratory now and then. You don't use the lab now and then. It's only one time a day. You put a machine for 20 lakhs and you see that you are doing only 5 tests. But consider there are another 20 units who wants to use the lab. They can come and form an SPV and together you can set up a laboratory.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
Warehousing and parking yards.
I'll tell you why I was not getting into that. I wanted you to see this slide, what is allowed and what is not allowed under the scheme. Land is not allowed, land has to be from your end. Building is not allowed. Civil construction is not allowed under the scheme. If it is there, yours, or you do it from your money, that 5% what I told you will be considered, we can consider in that portion. Okay, so market yard or a warehouse is only a civil structure. It is only a civil structure. It is not suggestible. And at the end you won't be you are not procuring any machinery if you are going for a warehouse. So even if you apply, ministry will be only considering the machineries that you are doing.
What about the cold storage, sir?
Yes, allowed.
Hello.
Yes. So land is not allowed, but you are allowed to lease the land. SPV can own the land or SPV can lease the land. Secondly, the building. Even if you have a building, existing building which you think is suitable for you, you can lease the building and use it. So that is also allowed. Machinery, they will be giving you, they can give you 100% of the cost of machinery subjected to what I told you the previous slide, 80%. Government of India grant cannot be used in it. But Government of India grant, state government grant can be used for the civil construction. Your contribution can be used for the civil construction. But Government of India contribution cannot be used for the civil construction. It is only Government of India money is only restricted to be used for procurement of machinery. So working capital, contingency or any other part you cannot use Government of India fund. But your money or the state government money you can use it. And it is accepted. And it will be, say you have used, you are paying to the consultant also. That is also considered as your contribution. How the process flows. Now first thing is that you have to form a SPV and start preparing a DPR. Now the DPR has to be appraised by a third party. Like SIDBI is preferable or any other public sector bank where they go, you go with the DPR and they appraise the DPR whether it is proper or not. The appraisal report of the SIDBI or any other bank will go to the ministry or state level steering committee, which is headed by Principal Secretary Industries, Government of Telangana. So once that is, and then other members will be there from MSME DFO and the state government other departments. Now once it is approved by the state government and this is submitted online, once it is submitted online, it will be going to the national level steering committee, NPAC approval committee. That's the final approval. Once it is approved, you will be asked to sign an agreement, open a bank account. Your contribution will be coming in first, state government contribution will be coming in next, then Government of India will be releasing the 50% contribution. When you spend this money, you submit a utilization certificate, Government of India releases the next tranche. Then you spend it money, submit all the documents, everything, Government of India will release the balance 10%. Government of India releases 50%, 40% and 10%.
With that, the machinery is going to be set up.
Sorry?
With that, the machinery is going to be set up.
Yes. So you have to follow like government, because DGIC will be involved, MSME DFO will be involved, and mind you, it is a Government of India grant. The procurement rules under GFR has to be followed. So proper tender would be there. So like any other government tender, the procedure will be followed.
Entrepreneurs will be having a chance to select the kind of machine that they want to select.
Absolutely. The simple thing is, there will be a procurement committee where the entrepreneur will also be part of it. You can opinion that yes, this guy is a reputed, so you can consider based on the criticality of the technology, you can always go for QCBS way of selection, where quality and cost basis, where quality is given more weightage than the cost.
Right.
You can always suggest that and convince. Key conditions. This is something very, very important, and probably a lot of people miss out. So please note this thing. SPV should be a Section 8 company. Nothing else is allowed. It has to be Section 8 company. There is no second choice. And just to remind you, Section 8 is a not-for-profit company. None of the SP members should hold more than 10% share in this. So otherwise, what happens? We see that somebody might be feeling, or Government of India might be feeling, if I hold say 50%, that's more a proprietary firm. I own everything in the SPV. It is not a government facility, it's my personal property. So Government of India rightly made a very nice thing that equal participation would be there, equal responsibility will be there, and equal use would be there that way. When you have, so 10% is there. Still, you can go from 1 to 10%. Somebody is not contributing. I told you 5%, 50 lakhs. If somebody is not able to bring in money, but others are able to bring in money, you are allowed to the share to be between 1 to 10%. Land or building, whatever you are leasing, it should not be within the SPV member. It should be from outside. There should not be any relation between the landowner and any of the SPV member, even if it in case of building also. No landowner or building owner should have any relation with any of the SPV member. No SPV member should be a member in any other SPV under this scheme. If somebody is having a dal, some part of a rice milling cluster in an SPV, he cannot be a member in another dal milling cluster. Even if he is having both the kind of industry, but is not allowed to take benefits to time because we are 140 crores. So equal opportunities for everybody. So CFC will be operated on service mode and you should not be selling a final product. See, I am setting up a furniture cluster. I want a joining machine or a bending machine. I come, I use that facility, pay the lease rental or the rates that is defined per hour or per weight of the product or something. I pay that and go back. I'm not selling any final product in that. Final product will be processed in my facility. I will give you a fantastic example that we have done here in Telangana. Jagatyala, you know. Jagatyala, there is a rice milling cluster. There are roughly 40 rice mills. They were operating at 65% capacity. Normally, rice mills will operate at 95 to 98% capacity. Do you know why they were operating at 65%? There is a fortified rice canal, if you know, FRK we call it. Fortified rice canal is blended with normal PDS rice and supplied under the scheme, PDS scheme. Government of India has made it mandatory to mix this fortified rice. Now, these Jagatyala rice mill units, they were doing it for FCA. Now, this fortified rice was supposed to be supplied by FCA. FCA is not able to supply. They don't have stock. So, these people, even if they make rice, unless they have the FRK, they are not able to blend and give it back to the FCA. So, they were underutilized. So, what they were, otherwise, they have to procure from Maharashtra. In fact, they were procuring from Punjab also. Now they come forward, they said we will set up an FR. Fortified rice kernel, we will only make it as per the regulations set by Government of India. So they have gone for that and this project is sanctioned. So it is under like implementation stage is going on. So now what happens is suddenly you will see that these people go from 65% to 92%. You know what happens in an MSME when your utilization improves. The same manpower cost, same power cost, everything remains same, your utilization improves. Your fixed cost, lot of variable cost will come down. So then that's an advantage. Now, lot of such examples. If we start giving you an example, probably I'll need 3-4 days to give those examples. But one thing I'll tell you. The scheme is absolutely beneficial. All the machineries, as I told you, it's a servicing. All the machineries should not be producing, should not be selected in such a way that everything will produce the final product. Like I told you, Jagatyala, it is only the FRK they have given, they are not given for the rice milling. The core activity has to be done by the units. Milling thing they will not give. But you want a silo facility, they will give storage. Or you want a facility for say common training center, laboratory and other things they will give. Say you want for bagging or anything, packing machines they will give. But the entire process line they will not give. You should, will, and one more thing, one important thing, none of the SPV members should have defaulted any loan. Because when I told you it will be going to bank or any bank or SEBI, they will be verifying the CIBIL scores of all the SPV members. You should not have any overdue, even in your personal loans. Personal car loan, home loan or anything. This doesn't affect, but what happens is it sends a negative remark to Government of India Minister. These people are not paying their regular loans, why should we give it grant? Are they willful default? That's something that brings in the mind. So please ensure that if something is even due, please clear that, take a letter, no due certificate, take a letter, no due certificate from the bank. Good enough. So you have anything?
Suppose the SUV members, 20 members want to utilize the CAA,
that coordination has. That's the reason, sir. There will be SPV committee. When SPV is formed, SPV committee, you can always set a guideline for booking. I want to book it for 1st January. First come, first service basis. If you, absolutely, that is up to you. Government of India is not going to interfere in the operations. They are not even going to come and suggest you operate this way or anything. It is up to you, SPV member, to fix the rate. Sir, you have contributed, say, 50 lakhs SPV contribution, what I told you. I am also in the food processing sector, but I am not part of the SPV. Oh, I don't pay money. I don't have money, I will not be able to bring in my contribution. You start it, I will utilize it. But you have put your money, say 5 lakhs, I have put 0. I can come and utilize it. But how? Is it justified? Not justified, no, sir. Simple. For you, the rate would be 10 rupees kg. Just an example. For me, it will be 15 rupees a kg. So, Government of India allows that also variation in rate for SPV member, non-member. Non-member are part of the cluster, but not part of the SPV. So, variable rates for the SPV is also allowed. Absolutely. It is SPV is free to decide everything on this. Absolutely. The selection of persons who will be working, how you operate, how many shifts you operate. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, somebody will ask.
What is the maximum time of this process?
Sorry? Sorry?
Time.
Time would be roughly around 6 to 7 months. Because a lot of stages are there. See, what happens is, we can do the DPR in 15 days, 1 month. I can get it cleared from the bank in next 15 days, 1 month. But if you go to the month of March in bank, they'll shut the door. You know, you people are regular there. How it works in bank in month of March and their annual audit time, they'll not entertain. So that happens normally. That's my slight delay. Then state government, everybody, all the committee members has to be present. Principal secretary has to be present. Director Industries has to be present. Managing Director TGIC has to be present. All these members has to be present. MSME DFO would be the convener, but he has to take everybody's time and then call for a meeting. It might take some time. That's where the delay happens. Then the online uploading, it is in our control. We can do it in 1 day. Now what happens is, go to Government of India. They will not take one proposal which has come from Hyderabad. They need at least 30-40 substantial proposals to scrutinize the document. They need 10 days, 15 days to scrutinize those documents. If they have query, they will send a mail, take this reply, and they should have minimum 40-50 proposals to be put in the national level steering committee. So you can expect 2 to 3 months there. So every 3 months normally Government of India Ministry of MSME is having a scheme steering committee meeting on this.
Are there any agencies, sir, to help you, sir?
For DPR and other things?
Not for the DPR. The other process.
Absolutely, on that. We're doing it. It's a regular work for me. I'm doing this for last, not today, I've done for almost 15 years now. I've done in West Bengal, I've done in Orissa, I've done in Andhra, Telangana, Karnataka, everywhere. I work for another scheme. We are empaneled with Ministry of MSME for another scheme is there, Spooty, there I am empaneled. It's a fantastic scheme. I would recommend everybody to reconsider, think on that. If you have any doubt, you can always reach out. It's a fantastic scheme. It is going to immensely benefit. You think of purchasing something we are not able to purchase or not even imagining to purchase in next 5-10 years. You can have it in next 1 year in your warehouse.
Will this work for add to that is realized for RL Stage 6 that they are made it mandatory for the all diesel.
Now what exactly you have to purchase?
No, it's not. But we are trying to manufacture that.
You want an R&D facility kind of thing or prototyping facility?
R&D kind of thing.
It's allowed. But again, we have to justify the revenue model for that.
Yeah.
We should see when I was talking about the Isnapur, we had I told you about the effluent treatment plant.
Effluent, yeah.
But we had a prototyping a pilot plant also. We had a R&D lab also, analytical lab also.
Right.
So those are the revenues are a bit less than that. So if you are able to justify, yes, we will have reasonable revenues from there. Absolutely, it's allowed.
Yeah.
R&D facilities are allowed.
Name of the scheme?
MSECDP, Micro Small Enterprise Cluster Development Program.
Can we approach other than this cluster, sir? For
Sir?
projects? Can we approach you regarding the other
Anything.
projects?
I'm into MSME sector, cluster development, anything
Yeah,
in
other than the
MSME.
cluster.
Anything, even like there are a lot of other schemes. Ministry of Food Processing, a lot of schemes are there where we are working. Kisan Sampada Yojana, if you are somebody are there in food processing, that we are working. I'm currently doing 2 mega food parks in Karnataka. I'm doing 7 projects under Kalyan Karnataka region for all our food processing. So you can always.
So what about the Sampada scheme? Do you know about that?
Yes,
Sampada?
35% grant from Ministry of MSME.
That same as PMFME. That same as PMFME.
Almost same.
So like SADP. So like SADP, sir. SADP scheme.
Sir, can you give us the list of industries which are approved by the CDP scheme?
There is no such list, but if you ask me, I'll tell you what is not approved. If it is not approved, everything is allowed. Everything is allowed.
So customer complete manufacturing setup?
No, you cannot set. That's what I told you. Entire line you cannot set up. From raw material to finished goods, not allowed. It is to target particular activity where the MSME sector is not able to put their money in or bring in the technology because of the monetary problem or some utilization issues. Double 989
Your name?
Sanjay Dash. 9989 33 4043.
What's your consultancy name?
DSLR Consultancy Private. DSLR. And I will tell you, you'll get immense support across this scheme, across from starting till end, be it from the state government, MSME, DFO, Government of India. They're very, very keen on that. You'll feel happy when you go to Ministry of MSME whenever there is a NPSC final meeting. I'll suggest you, if you are applying, go and attend that meeting. You'll see the response of Secretary, Ministry of MSME will be very, very happy. They will not talk to anybody. If you are there, he'll talk to you. He'll talk to you. They want to understand from MSME why they want, when they will be able to utilize. They'll not. If you are present, he'll prefer talking to you. It's a fantastic scheme. It's a I'll tell you, we in Telangana, though I'm not from Telangana, but I feel like 20 years now I'm from Telangana now. So we don't utilize. It is only two projects that has been done in Telangana till date. But if you go to Tamil Nadu and Kerala, they have done 20-30. We don't know how to take benefit. Andhra is taking benefit now. So it's not regional division, but I'm just telling you how we are losing out.
Yeah.
We are losing out on the benefits.
Now MSME has taken the opportunity to get all of us under one roof. So
Absolutely.
we'll implement that.
Absolutely.
We'll
Please,
utilize
please use that. And currently state government is also very, very positive. With presence of sir, we have talked to principal secretary here and he was very, very positive about this scheme.
State government.
State government.
Here we are.
Okay, thank you, Dasji. So it's a very biggest scheme in our ministry. So all surrounding states are benefiting out of it. Suppose we are not coming forward, we may miss the bus because if some sector getting grants like this, so we cannot compete with those sectors in surrounding states itself. So I urge every association, every cluster, every groups come forward and take the benefits. We have been working from past 5 years. Earlier I was in Tamil Nadu, so there were almost crossed 50 also. Now, okay. So with that experience, we could bring that cluster culture in Telangana and Andhra. Andhra, it is already kick-started, almost 15 projects under various approvals. And in Telangana, as you said, only 2. Now another 10 proposals are under pipeline. So here also that atmosphere has been coming to the state. But once you get approvals, then there will be a big push for other. And this government also very proactive to support cluster development. So the main advantage is almost 85% grant. So your investment only 15%. Whereas in your regular business, your investment will be 100%. For profit maybe 10 to 15%. It is in reverse. Okay, utilize government grants, government schemes and become competitive. So that's what. So before packing up, we have a last session on packaging. So quickly we will finish up within 10-15 minutes. Before that, I would like to illustrate Dasji. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Manikanta. I did my diploma in packaging technology. I worked in Prekti Packaging Development for 9 years as a quality control judge, and finally, in Kalajyoti, I worked as a quality control judge. That I just want to tell you that what is the uses of packaging, why we need the packaging in our daily life. Just have your video, you can get some of the clarity on that. సో తెలుగు అండ్ ఇంగ్లీష్ రెండు మిక్స్ చేసి కొడతాను, ఏమనుకోకండి ప్లీజ్ డోంట్ మైండ్. ఓకే, మీరు వీడియో చూసారు కదా ఇప్పుడు. సో ప్యాకేజింగ్ మనకి ఎంత ఇంపార్టెంట్ అర్థమవుతుందా? వితౌట్ ప్యాకేజింగ్ ఏదైనా ఉందా మన లైఫ్లో? ఏదైనా ప్రోడక్ట్ మనకి డెలివరీ అవుతుందా? సో ప్యాకేజింగ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఒక ప్రోడక్ట్ మనకి సేఫ్గా ప్రొడక్టివిటీ డెలివరీ అవ్వాలి అండ్ మన స్టోరేజ్కి సేఫ్గా ఉండడానికి అండ్ నథింగ్ బట్ మన మార్కెటింగ్ బ్రాండింగ్ ప్రోడక్ట్ మనకి ఏంటి అని కమ్యూనికేట్ చేయడానికి మన ప్యాకేజింగ్ యూజ్ అవుతుంది. దాని షెల్ఫ్ లైఫ్ పెంచడం కోసమైనా ప్రోడక్ట్ మనకి డ్యామేజ్ అవ్వకుండా ఉండాలి అని చెప్పానన్నా కానీ ఈ ప్యాకేజింగ్ అనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అవుతుంది మనకి. అండ్ వీ లైక్ there are the few types of three types of packaging. One is the primary packaging, secondary and the tertiary. Primary packaging nothing but the direct contact with the product. For example, మీ అందరి ముందులో వాటర్ బాటిల్స్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో అవి వాటర్ తో డైరెక్ట్ కాంటాక్ట్ అవుతున్నాయి. ఓకే, అవి మీకు డైరెక్ట్ ప్రైమరీ ప్యాకేజింగ్ అవుతుంది. సెకండరీ ప్యాకేజింగ్ వచ్చి ఈ బాటిల్స్ 24 కేసెస్ బాటిల్స్ కలిపి ఒక దాంట్లో ప్యాక్ చేస్తారు షింప్ ర్యాప్ కింద. ఐడియా ఉంది కదా? సో అది మీకు సెకండరీ ప్యాకేజింగ్ అవుతుంది. ఇవే ఒక 10 కేసెస్ కనుక మీకు బల్క్ లో ఒక ర్యాపింగ్ చేసుకుని ఒక ప్యాలెట్ మీద కానీ లేదంటే ఒక షింప్ ర్యాప్ చేసుకుని తీసుకొచ్చారంటే కనుక అది టెరిటరీ ప్యాకేజింగ్ అవుతుంది. సో ఏ టైప్ ఆఫ్ మెటీరియల్స్ మనం ప్యాకేజింగ్ వాడాలి అండ్ ఏ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ప్యాకేజింగ్స్ ఎలా ఉంటాయి ఎలా అనేది మనం తెలుసుకోవాలి. అండ్ మనకి ఇక్కడ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది ఏంటంటే డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ మెటీరియల్స్ మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్స్ మీరు ఉన్నారు. మీరు ఏదైనా మెటీరియల్స్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేయాలనుకున్నా లేదంటే ప్రింటింగ్ చేసి మనం ఫార్వర్డ్ చేయాలి నెక్స్ట్ మన కన్స్యూమర్కి అందించాలనుకున్నా కానీ ప్రింటింగ్ చేసేటప్పుడు మనం కొన్ని టెస్టులు చేయవలసి వస్తుంది. పేపర్ లో మనకి ఏంటంటే ఎంత జిఎస్ఎం గ్రామ్స్ పర్ స్క్వేర్ మీటర్ ఓకే ఎంత జిఎస్ఎం పేపర్ మనం వాడాలి, దాని మీద ఏ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ ప్రింటింగ్స్ అవుతాయి, ఎన్ని కలర్స్ మీద ప్రింటింగ్స్ వాడతాము, టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ కలర్స్ ప్రింటింగ్స్ ఏంటి అని చెప్పని మనం సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి. డిపెండ్స్ అపాన్ ద డిజైన్ మీద మనకి ప్రింటింగ్ కలర్స్ డిపెండ్ అయి ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, లైక్ దట్ ప్రింటింగ్ లో మనకి కరెక్ట్ గా ఉన్నది లేదు కస్టమర్ కి డెలివరీ అయ్యే వరకు మన ప్రింటింగ్ ఉంటుందా లేదా అని తెలియాలంటే కనుక దానికి మనం స్టఫ్ టెస్ట్ అనేది చేస్తాం. మనకి ఈ స్టఫ్ టెస్ట్ చేయడం వల్ల ఏమవుతుందంటే రబ్ టు రబ్ బాక్స్ టు బాక్స్ రబ్ అయిన తర్వాత దాని మీద బ్రాండ్ నేమ్ కానీ ప్రింటింగ్ కానీ మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చర్ డేట్ కానీ ఎక్స్పైరీ డేట్ కానీ వీటిలో ఏది పోయినా కానీ మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చర్ డేట్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పైరీ డేట్ లేకపోతే మనం ప్రోడక్ట్ కొనుక్కుంటామండి. ఎందుకు కొనుక్కో? ఎక్స్పైరీ డేట్ ప్రోడక్ట్స్ వాడితే మనకే హార్మ్ఫుల్ కాబట్టి ఆ ఒక మెయిన్ రీజన్ మనం కొనుక్కో. ఓకే, ఇన్ కేస్ దాని మీద ఎంఆర్పీ లేకపోతే పర్చేస్ చేయగలుగుతామా? అది ఏ ప్రైస్ కంపెనీ మనకు తెలియదు. ఈవెన్ దో దే హ్యావ్ ద బార్ కోడ్స్ అండ్ ది స్కానింగ్ ప్రాసెస్ బట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు నో వాట్స్ ద ప్రైస్. దాని మీద ఎంఆర్పీ మనకి లేకపోతే మనకి బిల్లింగ్ లో 250 రూపీస్ వచ్చిందని చెప్పారంటే వీ హ్యావ్ ఏ క్వశ్చన్ దట్ అరే ది 250 రూపీస్ మన నిజంగా దీని మీద ఎంఆర్పీ ఉందా లేదా దే ఆర్ డూయింగ్ సంథింగ్ మిస్యూజ్ అని చెప్పి ఒక చిన్న డౌట్స్ మనలో ఉంటాయి. సో టు కంట్రోల్ ఆల్ దీస్ థింగ్స్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు డూ ద స్టఫ్ టెస్ట్. ఇన్ కేస్ it is like different material. If you want to send it to a different country or for the particular thing, then we will do it lamination on that. ఒక ట్రాన్స్పరెంట్ ఫిలిం లాంటి దాని మీద లామినేట్ అవుతుంది. అప్పుడు మీకు ఏ బాక్స్ టచ్ అయినా ఏది ఏమైనా కానీ ఒక్క సింగిల్ లెటర్ కూడా దాని మీద పోకుండా మీకు చాలా కాన్ఫిడెంట్ గా ఉంటుంది. అండ్ ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేసుకునేటప్పుడు మనకి మెటీరియల్స్ కి కొన్ని డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ టెస్ట్లు చేయవలసి వస్తుంది. డ్రాప్ టెస్ట్, మనం ఒక మెటీరియల్ హైట్ నుంచి పడేస్తున్నాం, ఏ హైట్ నుంచి అయితే మనం పడేస్తే డ్యామేజ్ అవుతుందో అది డ్రాప్ టెస్ట్. ఆ పర్టికులర్ హైట్ ని మనం రికార్డ్ చేసుకుంటాం. ఈ హైట్ నుంచి మనం బాటిల్ వేసాం అనుకోండి ఏదో డ్యామేజ్ అవుతుందని చెప్పి అంటే డే బై కొంచెం హైట్ తగ్గించుకుంటూ వస్తారు. సో దిస్ ఇట్స్ కాల్డ్ ద డ్రాప్ టెస్ట్. లైక్ మన చేతి నుంచి వస్తువు పడుతున్నా లేదంటే మనకి డ్యూరింగ్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్టేషన్ అప్పుడు మన వస్తువు మన భద్రంగా మనం తీసుకెళ్ళి పక్క పడిస్తాం. ట్రాన్స్పోర్టేషన్ వాడు కొరియర్ లాజిస్టిక్స్ వాడు దాన్ని సేఫ్ గా పెడతాడా? పెట్టాడు. సో వాడి డ్యూటీ ఏంటి? లోడింగ్ అన్లోడింగ్. దాన్ని ఎలాగైనా దాన్ని ఎత్తేస్తూ ఉంటాడు. సో ఆ పర్టికులర్ సినారియోస్ లో డ్యామేజ్ అవ్వద్దు అనే దానికోసం ఈ డ్రాప్ టెస్ట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాం. నెక్స్ట్ వైబ్రేషన్ టెస్ట్. వైబ్రేషన్ టెస్ట్ ఏంటంటే మనం కంటైనర్స్ లోను వీటిలో పంపించేటప్పుడు
రోడ్లో కానీ వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు ఎక్కువ మనకి స్పీడ్ బ్రేకర్స్ ఇవన్నీ ఉండడం వల్ల, ఖర్చులు ఉండడం వల్ల ఎక్కువ వైబ్రేట్ అయ్యి కొన్ని మిషన్స్ స్పార్ట్స్ లూజ్ అవ్వడం కానీ, లేదంటే ప్రోడక్ట్ ఇన్సైడ్ ఆఫ్ ద ప్రోడక్ట్ డ్యామేజ్ అవ్వడం కానీ ఇవన్నీ జరుగుతాయి. సో ఎంత టైప్ ఆఫ్ ఎంత వేరియంట్ ఆఫ్ వైబ్రేషన్ వరకు అది స్ట్రెంగ్త్ తట్టుకోగలుగుతుంది అనేది తెలుసుకోవాలని చెప్పారంటే మనకి ఈ వైబ్రేషన్ టెస్ట్ చేస్తాం. నాట్ ఓన్లీ దట్, హ్యూమిడిటీ అండ్ మాయిశ్చర్ కంటైనర్స్ లో సీలో మనకి మెటీరియల్ వెళ్తుందని చెప్పారంటే ఈ మాయిశ్చర్ టెస్ట్ చేస్తాం. మాయిశ్చర్ టెస్ట్ ఎందుకు చేస్తాం మనము? మాయిశ్చర్ ఏదైనా లోపలికి వెళ్ళినా, లేదంటే మాయిశ్చర్ వల్ల మనకి ఏమవుతుందనంటే ఈ అవుటర్ ప్యాకేజింగ్ మనకి ఫార్మింగ్ చేసుకునేటప్పుడు గ్లూస్ గమ్ములు వాడతాం మనం. ఆ గమ్ము వాడినప్పుడు పర్టికులర్ మాయిశ్చర్ కానీ పర్టికులర్ హీట్ తర్వాత ఆ గమ్ అనేది రిలీజ్ చేస్తుంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీకు సామ్సంగ్ బాక్సెస్ ఐడియా ఉండి ఉంటాయి. మనం రెగ్యులర్ మన మొబైల్ ఫోన్ బాక్సెస్ కొంటాం కదా, అవి లిడ్ బేస్ కాకుండా ఫ్లిప్ టాప్ బాక్సెస్ వస్తాయి. మన జ్యువెలర్ బాక్సెస్ కొన్నప్పుడు మనకి ఒక బాక్స్ ఓపెన్ టైప్ లో వచ్చి ఫ్లిప్ టాప్ వస్తుంది కదా, దాన్ని ఫ్లిప్ టాప్ బాక్స్ అని చెప్పి అంటారు. కింద పైన ఏదైతే ఈ బాటమ్ టు ఈ మీకు కింద లాక్ అయి వస్తుందో అది కేస్, దాని మీద ఉన్నది బేస్. ఈ రెండింటిని జాయింట్ చేయడానికి యూజ్ చేసేది హార్డ్ గ్లూ మోల్. ఈ హార్డ్ గ్లూ ఏమవుతుందనంటే ఎక్కువ టెంపరేచర్ ఉన్నప్పుడు దాన్ని రిలీజ్ చేస్తుంది. సో ఏ టెంపరేచర్, ఎంత టెంపరేచర్ అయితే మనకు ఉంటే రిలీజ్ చేస్తుంది అనేది మనకు ఒక సర్టిఫికేషన్ వస్తుంది. అది మనం టెస్ట్ చేయించుకున్నప్పుడు ఈ బేసిక్ టెస్ట్లు అన్ని మనకి ఇంజనీరింగ్ ప్యాకేజింగ్ లో చేస్తారు. ఐఏపీస్ అందరిలాగా అలా ఓవరాల్ గా మనకి ఐఏపీస్ వచ్చి 7 places లో ఉన్నాయి. హైదరాబాద్, ఢిల్లీ అండ్ బెంగళూరు, కోల్కతా, సంథింగ్ లైక్ 7 places లో మనకైతే ఈ బ్రాంచెస్ ఉన్నాయి. ఈ డిఫరెంట్ టెస్ట్లు ఇవన్నీ చేస్తారు. వీళ్ళు సర్టిఫికేషన్స్ ఇస్తారు మనకి. ఏది ఈ మెటీరియల్ మేము టెస్ట్ చేసాము, సో ఇది ఇంతవరకు ఉంటుంది అని చెప్పాలి. సో ఆ సర్టిఫికేషన్స్ మనకు వచ్చిన తర్వాత మనం ఏ ప్లేస్కి పంపిస్తున్నాము, ఓకే, ఆ దాని మీద మనకి ఎంతవరకు మనం చేయొచ్చు, సో లేదంటే ఈ మెటీరియల్స్కి ఏమైనా మాడిఫికేషన్ చేయొచ్చు, ప్యాకేజింగ్ ఏమైనా మాడిఫికేషన్ చేయొచ్చు అని చెప్పి మనం కూడా డిసైడ్ అవ్వచ్చు. వెన్ కమ్స్ టు ద గ్లాసెస్, లైక్ ఏదైనా ప్యాకేజింగ్ మెటీరియల్స్ వచ్చి డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ప్యాకేజింగ్ మెటీరియల్స్ ఉంటాయండి. ప్లాస్టిక్స్ ఉంటాయి, గ్లాసెస్ ఉంటాయి, మెటల్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకే, ప్లాస్టిక్స్ వచ్చి మనకి ఏంటంటే ఎక్కువ ఫ్రెండ్లీగా కాదు అసలు. సో మనం దాన్ని కంట్రోల్ చేయాలి, ఎంత కంట్రోల్ చేయాలనుకున్నా కానీ మనకు కంట్రోల్ అవ్వదు, మన వల్ల కాదు. అవుతుంది పాసిబిలిటీస్ అనేది పాసిబిలిటీ. ఈవెన్ ప్లాస్టిక్ మనకి పెట్టి అవి ఉన్నా కానీ ప్రాపర్గా రీసైకిల్ కూడా మనం చెయ్యము. ఐ అగ్రీ విత్ మీ? మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ దట్ మనం తాగిన వాటర్ బాటిల్ డస్ట్బిన్ లో వేయకుండా 90% ఆఫ్ ద పీపుల్ రోడ్ మీద థ్రో చేస్తారు. నాట్ ఓన్లీ దిస్ చాక్లెట్ ర్యాపర్స్ ఆల్సో డస్ట్బిన్స్ ఉంటాయి. సో డస్ట్బిన్స్ లో మనం వేయము. అట్లీస్ట్ వి విల్ నాట్ కీప్ ఇట్ ఇన్ అవర్ బ్యాగ్. కనీసం ఇంటికి వెళ్ళకుండా డస్ట్బిన్ లేదని కాన్సెప్ట్ కూడా మనకు ఉండదు, తింటాము పడేస్తాము. సో ఈ ఇష్యూస్ వల్ల మనకి ఏమవుతుందంటే పొల్యూషన్ ఎక్కువ అవుతుంది. ఎక్కువ ఫ్రెండ్లీ మెటీరియల్స్ మనం వాడాలనుకున్నా కానీ అవి కాస్ట్ ఎఫిషియన్సీ వీటి వల్ల మనం చేస్తున్నాము. తర్వాత ఏమవుతుందంటే ప్లాస్టిక్ లో ప్యాక్ చేసింది ఎక్కువ ఫ్రెండ్లీ మెటీరియల్, ఈ పేపర్ వాటిలో ప్యాక్ చేసింది దాని ప్రొడక్షన్ కూడా కొంచెం సిమిలర్ అవుతుంది. లైక్ ఎందుకంటే పేపర్ లో మనకి త్వరగా ప్రోడక్ట్ ఏదన్నా కానీ డ్యామేజ్ అవుతుంది. ప్యాకేజ్ ఈ ప్లాస్టిక్ దాంట్లో త్వరగా డ్యామేజ్ అవుతుంది. అట్లీస్ట్ ఐఎమ్ సేయింగ్ అబౌట్ ద అబ్జర్వేషన్, వైబ్రేషన్స్ లో కానీ లేదంటే ఏదైనా మనకి ప్రెస్ అవ్వడం వల్ల కానీ అలా డ్యామేజ్ అయ్యే ఇష్యూస్. ఓకే, యాజ్ లైక్ దట్. నెక్స్ట్ మెటల్స్, గ్లాసెస్. Glasses are the very fragile surface which cannot be affordable for that transportation. Pickle మన గ్లాస్ లో ప్యాక్ చేస్తాం. లైక్ వేరే డిఫరెంట్ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ మన ఆయిల్స్ మన గ్లాసెస్ వస్తాయి. అవి మనం ఎంత జాగ్రత్తగా ప్యాక్ చేసి పంపిస్తాం. మన హెల్త్ ప్రికాషన్స్ ఏం తీసుకుంటాం దానికి? వెన్ కమ్స్ టు ద ఇండస్ట్రీస్, పెద్దగా మనకు MSR లో ఫ్లిప్కార్ట్ లో ప్రొడక్ట్స్ మనం ప్యాక్ చేసుకుని పంపిస్తున్నాం అని చెప్పండి. వాట్ వి విల్ డూ? వి విల్ యూజ్ ద బబుల్ షీట్స్. యా, బట్ అగైన్ అక్కడ మళ్ళీ ప్లాస్టిక్ వస్తుంది. ఎంత ఎకో ఫ్రెండ్లీగా వెళ్దాం, ఎంత ఏం చేద్దాం అనుకున్నా మళ్ళీ ప్లాస్టిక్స్ వస్తుంది. అండ్ ఎకో ఫ్రెండ్లీ పాటరీస్ అని చెప్పని మనం చేస్తూ ఉన్నాం కదా, కుండలు అవి ట్రాన్స్పోర్టేషన్స్ ఇష్యూస్ అవడం వల్ల బ్రేక్ అవుతున్నాయి, డెలివరీకి కస్టమర్కి రీచ్ అవ్వకుండా. దానికి మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం మళ్ళీ తిరిగి లైక్ ఈ పేపర్ బోర్డ్, క్రాఫ్ట్ పేపర్ బోర్డ్స్ వస్తాయి, అవి యూస్ చేయాలి. కొంచెం కాస్ట్ ఎఫిషియన్సీ వల్ల మన వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తున్నారంటే గట్టి, ఇట్స్ న్యాచురల్ ఎకో ఫ్రెండ్లీగా అదే ఉంటుంది. ఇలా కాకుండా బబుల్ షీట్స్, ఫోమ్ షీట్స్ ఇవి వాడుతున్నారు. బికాజ్ అగైన్ బబుల్ షీట్స్, ఫోమ్ షీట్స్ మళ్ళీ ప్లాస్టిక్స్ లోకి వస్తున్నాయి. సో మన డైలీ లైఫ్ లో మనం ఎంత అవాయిడ్ చేద్దాం అనుకున్న ప్యాకేజింగ్ లో ప్లాస్టిక్ అనేది ఒక రోల్ అయిపోయింది. దాన్ని ప్రాపర్ గా రీసైకిల్ చేసుకుంటే ఇట్స్ నాట్ హార్మ్ఫుల్ ఫర్ అస్. బట్ అంటిల్ అన్లెస్ మనం ఎక్కడ పడితే అక్కడ పాడేస్తున్నంతసేపు మనకది హార్మ్ఫుల్. మన నెక్స్ట్ జనరేషన్స్ కి మనం ఏమి ఇవ్వాలి అనేది మనం ఆలోచించుకుందాం. ఎందుకంటే మన ఫోర్ ఫాదర్స్ మన మంచి ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ మనకి ఇచ్చారు, బట్ వీఆర్ నాట్ గివింగ్ టు అవర్ నెక్స్ట్ జనరేషన్. Am I correct? Are we giving? No. Why? We are not habituated for that.
some are careless.
Yeah,
Some are
maybe
careless
careless.
and useless also. They don't even have that kind of a civic sense. Just to understand that we should not throw litter or garbage on the road. That every human being should know. But nobody knows it. When you go to Canada or when you go to some other place, spitting on the road is prohibited. Okay? But we do it here. Many people do it here in India. You see in Hyderabad, every bus stop you see what is happening.
Yeah, ma'am, exactly. Now you're saying that sitting and plastic throwing, and which have you faced a problem when I'm going by, someone from the bus should pan on me. That's a worst situation. When I have to attend a class at a particular time. So that means no one has the minimum common sense where we are, what we have to do. So like that, so I'll come back to the subject again. So because going to the different topic. So plastic, glass, and about the metals. We can see the packaging metals like oil tins and coatings. For the beads also they have implemented. So because the damage was causing more for the beer bottles, and they turned to the cans, aluminium cans. Okay, as like that. And packaging designs and the brandings, it actually plays a crucial role in the marketing of this product sales. If our brand and the product details are not properly mentioned on the package, then the customer cannot buy it. For example, if there is a, we will take this example, bottle as an example. Here they have mentioned the brand name and packet drinking water, and they have mentioned the ingredients, direction to use, and they have mentioned a special clause that crush the bottle after use, which we will never follow. What we will do, we just open it, we will take it and throw it. There are the few things which we are not considering, but the things which we have to consider in our daily life related to the packaging. All these things are mainly useful for us only. And the safe delivery of the product is the main concept of the packaging. If the packaging is not perfect, then the product will never deliver to the customer in a proper way. For that, there are the different types like plywood, CFCs and CFPs, corrugated fiber board and corrugated fiber plastics. So there will be in the different types like 3-ply, 5-ply and 7-ply. Anyone have an idea about that ply? Anyone have an idea about the ply?
Yes, sir.
Layer, fluke and a layer. Okay, so it's a 3-ply. So we can, if the product of the damage, if you want to protect the product, we can increase the GSM also in that. Where the GSM is higher, the productivity the production will be the high. As I said, there are the few unique designs and few unique apps also. As of now, I don't have that much of time. I just going to close in 2 minutes. There are the technical innovations in the packaging like the QR code and this is called freshness indicators, where we are not using here. QR code is for getting the details of the manufacturer details, the expiry date, whatever it may be, so we can get the details from the QR code. Freshness indicators which helpful to us to say it's a fresh or not. There will be a green mark on that freshness indicator. If there will be no indication on that, if it's turned to the red or orange, don't use it. So when it's not fresh, the indicator will turn to the, instead of green, it will turn to the red or orange. When it's turned to the red or orange, it's not a fresh, that means that it's expired. Mainly it will be useful for the in abroad countries like vegetables, like leafy vegetables and meat. For this you are using, but for us, literally in our market, we won't see all these things. For the freshness, what we will do, we will keeping on pouring on water on them. Yes, exactly. We are getting the same, we are eating the same things in it. And for the anti-counterfeiting measures, we are using the holograms. Once it was a pack, if you keep in a hologram, it will be in the complete patch, complete area without any patches. When we open, it will be the patches. Okay? It will be not in a clear picture. So for a security purpose reason, if we can understand whether the seal is open or not. And the next one is the RFID, radio frequency identification tags for bulk stocks is there, means for different materials we can get the exact quantity of material what will be there in our inventory. The main purpose of it in RFID is, so we don't need to go and check physically. With that RFID we can check. So in this room there is a stock of 10,000 which we have consumed to 250 items. So then how we can know how much is the balance stock? With that RFID we can check easily, we can identify easily. And the packaging regulations and the compliance, packaging labelings and the standards are very important. Environment regulations, okay, we should not go violate the environmental regulations. And the challenges, what we are facing in the packaging industry, it's balancing cost and the sustainability. Next, reducing plastic waste. We are trying to reduce this, but it's as per our daily routine cycle, we just keeping on using it. Keeping with the consumer preference, as per the consumer preference, what they require, we have to give it in the same way. It's the safe delivery of the product. So this is the thing which I want to say about the packaging. Like if you want to do something imports or exports, if you want to do something exports or we have to go for the test. So where we are sending is very important. What are the tests we have to do? We have to know basically the things. Then only the product or whatever it is, the things which we are sending, it will be delivered to the destination in a safe condition. Okay?
Thank you so much, dear. So with this we are concluding the session. Before that we will just honor them. So I hope all are benefited for this program. So lot of government platforms or departments are there. Kindly utilize those services. And like that there are some free consulting services for MSME schemes and other schemes. If anybody want to have, I have your number and you have my number also in my brochure. You can contact us for JET certification, lean and other some many schemes. My MSME, you just type it on mobile, my MSME app. You will get all our schemes. Any free consultant services, you approach MSME DFO, they will definitely help you. Thank you very much.
96. My mobile number is 9640 33.
Can you tell again, ma?
9640 33 77 55. And my name is Manikanta.